Hello, it is Wario here, and Waluigi time. Oh yeah, and today we react to the next death battle, which is Scrooge McDuck versus the Shovel Knight. Oh yeah, that is his trophy. Yeah, he's annoying to deal with, so I am hoping Scrooge can put him in his place. Okay then, volume's on. Oh, you guys are good. Here we go. Right, let's play.
For others, the wealth is in the adventure.
Either way, you'll be successful if you can bounce
We
up
just
your
covered
enemy's
this and
Like
that's
Scrooge
different.
McDuck, the wealthiest waterfowl to ever live.
head. And Shovel Knight, a shining example of the code of chivalry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Shovel.
And
Ha.
it's our job to analyze their
Well
weapons,
then.
armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
And they
battle.
all go on each other. Okay, so let's begin.
In 1867, Scrooge McDuck was born to a poor family in Glasgow, Scotland. He grew up a relatively
Very
normal duckling
poor,
until his 10th birthday.
So,
His father
what
took him to see
happened?
the remains of the old McDuck clan castle. See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired
Wait,
by
he
the
was
sight of
actually
their
poor?
story. So the
Well,
next day,
we
he
can't
got a
all come
job
from a
and
rich
earned his
family,
first
okay?
money ever.
We have apprehended.
I'm not really gonna bother this. I don't really want to pay attention to this. Next.
A dime.
Okay.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland. Naturally feeling pretty cheated,
Ow.
Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, tougher than the toughies,
Well.
sharper than the sharpies.
So he hopped
Well,
over to
he,
America to start his quest for
dude.
wealth. And judging by his money vault today,
I mean, look at his money.
I'd say he did a pretty effing good
He
job.
What the hell? He invented concrete in the Super Bowl? Lies!
By my estimations,
Well, in his universe, he did.
Around $300 quadrillion.
Rich as he is,
Which
he's
makes
got to
no
defend
sense.
his treasure trove somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor. Nothing
I
like
mean,
some
you got
old-fashioned
to give
artillery
yourself
for home
protected, yeah.
Scrooge also has a number of unorthodox high-tech firearms.
Or as normal people call them, laser
Interesting.
guns. My favorite is the one that can shoot
Laser
through
guns,
solid steel titanium. It's called the
Lucha
burglar
fiction
stunner,
and
but I'm pretty sure that'll
an
do a hell of a lot more
anti-inertia
than stun you.
rays.
Well, my favorite
That
would be
was
Scrooge's Nutra-Friction
stunner.
and Anti-Inertia rays. By removing a target's natural friction and inertia, these guns can turn a foe so slippery they can't grip anything, or take away all momentum from that foe's movement and weight. Without
Oh,
friction, a person will slide miles upon miles with no hope of stopping themselves. Without inertia,
Well,
a
there's that.
cannonball will have even less impact than falling leaves, though it is important to note that these guns do not affect personal gravity.
Yeah, science and stuff.
well, that
He might prefer the feel of one of his rifles or swords.
Or his signature sidearm, his trusty cane.
What's so special about a dusty old cane,
just-
you ask?
it's a
Well,
good-
just
it's
look
a
at the
good-
old quack go.
Boing,
Not every duck can
boing,
turn their
boing,
cane into
boing.
both a club and a
Yeah.
pogo stick.
Even when he's unarmed, Scrooge's thirst for wealth has pushed his body
Yeah.
past preconceived limits.
Yeah,
He
Scrooge is
possesses
a lot stronger
incredible
than you'd
strength, speed,
imagine.
and durability.
Not to mention, the dude's got some serious huevos.
Yeah.
One time when he was stuck in the savannah, he walked right up to a lion, beat it in a roaring match, and then just rode it all the way to town.
He's also a surprisingly skilled
Interesting.
marksman.
Like some sort of gun
How crazy is this dog? This dog is crazy.
And he's no slouch with the blade. Apparently, Buffalo Bill taught him how to knife fight in,
Engine style. What the
And
buzz?
now's a great time to remind you that Scrooge
I
is
do
pretty
not
old.
know.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Racism aside, it takes a lot to put this mighty mallard down. He survived the
Surprisingly.
Titanic sinking, being
Hold up.
frozen
How
solid
do you
in
outrun a
one,
cheetah?
fighting hordes of wild animals,
Fought
and
Teddy
taking
Roosevelt.
shots to the face before being
This
dragged
story
through a
seems
minefield.
survived the Titanic
He's even
sinking.
survived a trip to
Well,
the
it
literal
is not
center of the
serious,
earth.
so yeah.
If you've forgotten, it's pretty much
Jack
super
to remind me
That's putting it
too.
mildly.
It's no
The
serious
Earth's core
core.
is estimated to
The
be
core is
over
super
9,000
spicy hot,
degrees
right?
Fahrenheit.
more than hot enough to cook your goose.
He's outrun a
Yeah.
cheetah, which can reach 75 miles per hour. He's stopped a charging water buffalo, which can weigh up to 2,600 pounds.
And did you ever hear that legend where George Washington threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River? Well, Scrooge can do that too. And he even caught the coin on the other side. Because Scrooge isn't gonna waste a single dollar.
Seems pretty impressive, but Scrooge has some massively problematic flaws.
Yes,
least of all is his age. He's 150 years old. That won't do him any favors in a fight.
And why can't he fly? I mean, he's a duck with his own private plane, and he has human teeth, and they really should just hire a boat.
Don't judge. Yeah, don't judge.
Oh, I'll send my resume.
Well, more importantly would be his overpowering greed. He can often lose sight of his goals or explode into an uncontrollable rage if someone threatens his wealth.
He is pretty selfish and has a one-track mind. I don't know if
that's unfortunate. It's just money.
Like the time Soapy Slick tried to rip Scrooge off, steal his property, and humiliate him by chaining him to a steamboat and making fun of his letters from home, including one informing Scrooge of his mother's passing.
That's more than enough to piss Scrooge off. So much that he literally tore the entire boat apart with his bare hands. Or wings. Holy damn, that's a...
Well, I mean, I think so sure don't mess with this stuff.
Scrooge and his wealth.
Yes.
I don't know which was wilder in those days. The wolves or me.
Well, there's one answer. Yeah, Scrooge. Okay, what's this shovel? Okay, that's a good one. Oh yeah, the shield knight too. Oh, you remember? Yeah, I've seen it spin multiple times.
You can tell how good they are by the giant piles of loot behind them.
Shovel Knight and Shield Knight traveled together, and they were the stuff of legend. That is, until the Tower of Fate.
Once inside, a cursed amulet knocked Shovel Knight out cold.
Oh.
When he woke up, Shield Knight was gone, and the tower was sealed shut. And boy, did that bum him out. So, like all depressed heroes, he abandoned everything and went to the wilderness to do a bunch of farming and most likely drinking.
Soon after,
Really, what's a man who knows power comes from the heart? What's what a man, more or less?
Get 4 weeks free when you
The
sign up
Hat
for
Man? He got the Hat Man? The Hat Man? What the are you talking about? The Hat Man? What the frick, man?
I get it. It's funny. So maybe retiring wasn't the most
Makes no
responsible
sense.
idea.
Man's got
Moving on. Yeah.
Man's gotta mourn.
You mean like when you took a week off to mourn after your divorce? Because I'm pretty sure all you did was get drunk and shoot fireworks at my house.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
That was a real
typical
Well,
boomstick.
anyway,
Yeah.
Shovel Knight's break didn't last long. After the Enchantress and her knights took hold of the land, the Tower of Fate unsealed. Knowing it was his only chance to find out what happened to Shield Knight, he dug back into action. And with him, he took his mightiest
Of
weapon.
course, his shovel.
A shovel.
Don't
mean,
sell
what
it
else
short.
is it gonna
It's
be?
not just any shovel, it's a shovel blade. And thanks to its surprisingly versatile nature, it can slash through anything from rats to...
Holy crap! Did he just kill a dragon
Oh, yeah.
with that thing?
Yes,
Indeed, it
Reminds me of the time I made my
Interesting.
own weapon out of a yard tool. I miss my
The
rake.
rake?
But everyone
Willie,
else
it's
knew
Willie.
whenever I
Yeah,
yelled my
it's
catchphrase,
Willie.
Prepare to get raked! So I stopped using it.
Oh, probably smart.
Yeah,
Well,
good idea.
thanks to the shovel
Yeah,
blade's
that does
signature,
not
Shovel Knight
sound
has a
like.
repertoire
Don't
of deadly
sue us.
attacks, his signature being the shovel drop.
This deadly
Yeah,
downward drop
that one
into
sucks.
the
I hate that.
joystick style. Now,
And
where
this
have
is
I
coming
seen that
from
before?
somebody who's
He also has
fought
a charge
in
attack that
Smashy Bros
does
enough
massive
times to
damage
deal with him.
straight armor.
Yeah, and
If
you
his
did.
enemy is
You
more
seen
than
him
a
too.
stretch
Well, I
away,
haven't
he
seen him
can
as
strike you
often
with
because
a
we don't
lightning
come
spark
together
that travels along the ground.
much.
You know what else it's good for? Digging up all of that sweet, sweet treasure.
But the shovel blade is far from
Yep.
his only weapon. Throughout his journey, Shovel Knight has acquired many magical relics, which are quite handy in battle, though they do require
Okay.
access to a limited supply of magic to use.
Oh.
He can set stuff on fire with the flare wand, or punch through compact dirt with the dust knuckle.
He can also take the wind out of his enemies with the throwing anchor, or fly a short distance. with the
Alkabayan.
If Shovel Knight needs to kill bad guys in those hard-to-reach spaces, he has his trusty Chaos Orb, which acts like
chaos.
a bouncy ball of doom.
This is a chaos
He also
sphere.
possesses the Mobile Gear,
Yeah,
a
same
mechanism
thing.
which allows him to traverse dangerous terrain such as spikes and small gaps with ease.
Mobile gear. But my
Mobile
favorite relic
gear.
is the War Horn, which is kind of like the Horn of Gondor, but it makes people explode.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight carries a few defensive relics as well.
Yeah, like those sweet fish goblets.
You mean the Truple Chalices. These special liquid receptacles can carry ichors, substances which, when drunk, provide certain benefits to Shovel Knight. Most
Like
notably
what?
the Ichor of Renewal, which fully restores his health and magic.
And how do you get such a useful liquid? From a bunch of fish that perform an interpretive dance and spit in your cup.
Ew.
It's dinner and a show.
That's weird.
Last but not least is the Phase Locket. This relic allows Shovel Knight to pass through his enemies and even grants him temporary invincibility while under its effect.
Like all good knights,
Yep.
our shovel-wielding
That's
friend
good.
protects himself
Cool.
with a suit of shining armor. Actually, he's got
I
a few of them.
mean,
His most
Yeah.
capable all-around set is the Dynamo Mail. Along with providing the kind of defense you need for fighting the forces of evil, it has an added bonus. Hitting just
What's
about
that?
anything with his shovel drop builds up a powerful charge attack.
Normally, a large suit of armor comes with a lot of extra weight, but Shovel Knight doesn't
Indeed.
let that slow him down.
but
Even in
He's
full
good.
plate, our delving hero seemingly never tires and is agile enough to dodge everything from cannonballs to fireballs.
Actually, the weight is more of a bonus since his attack
I
ability
still
is bouncing
want
on
Scrooge to give
Well,
Shovel Knight a
that's
lesson.
On it, comparing his height to these doors, Shovel Knight appears to be about 4 feet 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
Given his broad physique, he likely weighs approximately 100 pounds at most.
So that
In
ain't
the 14th century, a
great.
knight's plate armor for combat typically weighed about 60 pounds. Scaling to Shovel Knight's height, his armor likely weighs 50 pounds. Including the 5-pound shovel, he must drop with a force of over 6,700 joules of kinetic energy. In comparison, Mike Tyson can punch with up to 1,600 joules, and has knocked out 44 people in the ring. And Shovel Knight's striking power is over 4 times stronger than that.
Well, that's just a
Good
that
job.
just gives a
No
comparison.
wonder Shovel Knight was able to take down
The
the entire
Order of No Quarter
including a
twice.
giant steampunk mech and the Enchantress herself.
He's also stubborn enough to hold his breath underwater for an impressively indefinite amount of time. And
Yes.
he even held his own against the Battletoads and Kratos, the upcoming god of war.
What the hell?
Really?
That's awesome. Guess you sell enough games, you can get anybody.
Those are those
But
are.
even after all that, Shovel Knight doesn't seem the most intelligent warrior.
Oh.
After all, the only reason he gave up on Shield Knight for so long is because he just assumed she was dead.
Still, he's one
Well, that just
warrior who isn't
assumed
afraid
is
to
a
put his
key
enemies
word.
6 feet under. You know,
Yep.
'cause he digs holes and stuff.
We've
Got
got
him.
passion, we've got determination. Like, and if we set our sights on something,
How
we
many
better-
odds are there? Too many. Don't ask.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once
We're
and
moving
for all.
on now.
But first, I've got some free food for you.
Blue Apron. Yep, it's just Blue
I'm a
Apron.
man who likes a good home-cooked meal, but going out to buy or hunt my own food is a hassle. If only there was some way food could be brought straight to me.
Good news, Boomstick. Introducing Blue
Yeah,
Apron,
you go.
the #1 fresh food delivery
Mhm.
service in the country. Using only the freshest ingredients, Blue Apron delivers a kit of ready-to-cook meals straight to your door, along with easy-to-follow instructions.
Plus, the ingredients are perfectly proportioned, so it cuts down on waste, and you know you're using the right amount. On top of that, you can log into their website and select the upcoming meals that sound good to you, like the spicy shrimp coconut curry with cabbage and rice.
Plus, it does feel rewarding
Interesting.
cooking new and exciting meals right in your own
Yeah.
home. But don't just take our word for it. We want you to try it.
Because you're watching Death Battle, you can get 3 meals
Well,
free
this was
with
years
free
ago,
shipping
right?
by
Yeah,
heading
it's
to
years ago.
blueapron.com/battle.
Seriously, you will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for a Death Battle!
Alright, so. Oh. What was that? Just more Discord. Well, Well, here we go again. Let's go. Go, Scrooge. Teach this shovel a lesson. So. Okay, stop screeching. Yeah, stop that. Well, this is going to be alright. Yep. I know you can do that. Yep. Yeah, I saw that coming. We're going into the vault. Yep. The very vault itself. This Scrooge is gonna get the better of him. Yeah. Come on, where's that ray gun? Those two ray guns. That's awkward. Yeah, that's awkward. Scrooge, come on. There it is, finally. Yeah. Get him! Come on! Oh no. Oh, goodbye. Yeah, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, he knows too. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. That's what you get, you dumb shovel knight. That's what you get.
Damn, that's cold.
These
With his own weapon.
Shovel Knight might
Yeah.
have been able to uphold the code of chivalry, but he could not
Yeah.
hold up to Scrooge's wealth of experience and superior strength.
Aside from the extra 100+ years of
So,
experience he's got over Shovel Knight, Scrooge's feats blew him out of the water.
I
For
mean,
example, there's no
look.
way that Shovel could have put him down very quickly when he's powered through a minefield like it's nothing.
And remember
Yeah.
how he threw a coin across the Potomac River
Oh,
and
yeah.
rode across fast enough to catch it? Well, we know the average width of the river is 1,300 feet, and he threw the coin at an angle of 20 degrees. After some quick calculations,
So-
this means he must have thrown the coin, boarded his boat, rowed across the entire river, and exited the boat to catch the coin in less than 5.4 seconds.
well, somehow
This
he's
means
lucky.
he must have been rowing the boat at speeds well over 164 miles per hour.
Which is not
Jesus,
right.
how fast are his arms moving there?
To make all that work,
Fast.
at least 14,400 rotations per minute.
That's ducking awesome.
He is strong enough to
Oh,
run
yeah.
a steamboat
A
after
steamboat
all.
too.
But regardless of
Yeah.
Scrooge's power, Shovel Knight had very little options to defend against the Duck's wackier, physics-breaking weaponry. Those
Like
that
these
could buy him
two.
some time could only last for so long due to his limited supply of magic.
Plus, Scrooge has fought knights and
Yeah.
magicians before, while Shovel Knight never fought anyone quite like Scrooge McDuck. Looks like
Yeah.
Shovel Knight dug his own grave.
The winner
I
is
guess so.
Scrooge McDuck.
Sorry about that. But yep, Scrooge wins. Haha, yes, I'm happy. Take that, you dumb shovel knight. Yeah, I guess he kinda deserves it from your end. Yeah. That I was rooting for Scrooge since the start. For reasons. Yeah, I get it. Shovel Knight is an annoying accessory when it's not for you. Yeah. Like me. Sort of. Anyway, that is it for this reaction, so thanks for watching. Yep, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yes. Anyway, that's it. Goodbye. Bye. Oh, yeah. No comment. No comment.